Senator. You talked about your energy policy earlier. Could you expand a little bit about how you want to utilize clean and renewable energy and get away from some of the reliance on the Middle East?
Yeah, well, I mean, best way to, first of all, our reliance on the Middle East is largely built on our inability to fully utilize the resources the Middle East produces. So, for example, oil, we're not allowed to conduct oil exports today. America is not allowed to export oil, and as a result, places us at a competitive global disadvantage. We also need to utilize our advantages that we have, which is we have a reliable and steady supply of natural gas that many of our competitors do not have. As far as the other things that you've talked about, I think the American innovators are already moving us in that direction. I think energy efficiency technologies are a great thing that the market continues to work on. Cars today are more energy efficient than they were 10 years ago through innovation and will continue to become more efficient. The development of alternative fuel sources as part of our overall portfolio of energy resources are also developing, and technology is making them more and more cost effective. For example, these battery-operated cars. Again, the development of that battery is taking a long time, but it's innovation that's going to solve that problem, not a government mandate. So my view of it is that we need to make America a place where all innovation can succeed, but especially in the energy sector, and you do that by some of the things we just outlined today. And I believe the American innovator is going to allow us not just to generate new sources of power, but also to become more efficient in our use of resources. But I don't think that that should come at the expense of established sources of energy as well. And I think you can do all of it. One of the things we never talk about is nuclear energy anymore. Nuclear energy is being used now for a long time. We can do it safely and reliably in America. It is the cleanest of all the generating powers that we have existing, and it has become nearly impossible to build one in the United States because of permitting and the cost involved in the process of setting one up. So I think we need to have the most diverse possible portfolio of energy resources. You don't want to be overly dependent on one resource versus another, because if something happens in the global market on that one resource, you're immediately impacted. I think we need to have the most diverse portfolio possible, and a lot of that's going to be driven through innovation. And it already is being driven through innovation, and we'll make it easier through the changes in the tax code and the regulatory code that I've outlined today. We have time for one more.